How are you, wherever you are? I'd like us to discuss something called factory reset. Factory reset. This will be our topic for discussion for coming few days. Indeed, today we shall be having a kongamano, a meeting at Swahili Port. You are welcome today from 2 o'clock. Parents, students, and leaders together, and opinion leaders. We shall be talking about our situation, the situation we find ourselves in right now, especially in matters youth, matters life in general, matters of education. My take is this: we all need a factory reset. Now, if you've done some basic computer, you understand what a factory reset means. Setting or resetting settings of the computer or your telephone or your phone to the original settings when it came from the factory. So what do I mean factory reset in a socio-cultural economic meaning? I'm bringing the theory that the African had his own settings before colonialization. When the colonialists came, and I mean the white colonialists, all they did was to bring their own settings in terms of social fabric, social networking, in terms of religion, in terms of education, and in terms of thinking, in terms of nutrition, in terms of agriculture and business. They brought their own, and we adopted wholesome. So we lost our original settings as Africans, adopted a foreign, even language. The language I'm talking to you in is English, because we can no longer speak our own language and communicate. So you adopted English, and it's become the dominant language. Others have adopted German, Spanish, French, the West African, and so on and so forth. We in East Africa adopted English, and for long, during that time of colonialization, our mindset was reset to the new colonial standards. You had to speak English to be educated. You had to do the education the English way. You had to do the English religion, indeed, and so on and so forth, and you know the ramifications of that. I must say that the East, especially India, China, Korea, and other places, did not adopt these neo-colonialist tendencies, and that's why today they still teach in their own languages. They are doing technology in their own language. Nutrition is in their own language. They have their own local medicines because they refuse to change their settings. It's a long story. There are so many aspects of it that we can discuss. But one of the major aspects which we are looking at now is the social dynamics fabrics. We used to have, the African used to have what we call the extended family. The extended family is that people lived in a community. They had their relatives, uncles, nieces. In fact, they didn't have nieces. They had brothers and sisters, I'm getting confused. In African tradition, we don't have uncles and nieces. We have brothers and sisters. Now, this aspect will completely change to the new English context. And in that sense of being together, everybody belongs to the community. The children belong to the community. The wives, the husbands, the local wealth, everything belongs to one another. But entered now what you call the nuclear family, which was brought by the British, and suddenly uncles are no longer useful in the community unless they have money or something like that. Nieces, aunts, and it is between you and your dad and your mom. Now that has reduced the influence of the children by the community. So the children now are brought up by themselves, and in particular by the peers, the influence of the peers, and the influence of the internet. The internet again is another form of neo-colonization, because now we have values that are not ours, which are injected into the African tradition. Now, having said that, it means that there is a disarray, there is a lack of commitment, there is a lack of brotherliness, and that's why you find we are fighting one another. This has spilled also into politics. You have now the politics of hate. Before we had the politics of liberalization. We are fighting for independence and we were together. Now we got the independence, we are fighting one another. We are abusing one another. Corruption has set in, and therefore all the resources now are not available for everybody. This is why I'm saying we need a factory resetting as an individual, as a family, knowing that the family is the basic unit of the community. As a family, as individuals, and as a nation. You cannot have a few billionaires and so many hungry and poor people. It does not work that way. We got to have a reset. We have to have a rethink. And this has spilled down to the children. The children themselves have lost their own values, to the extent that a child is ready to kill another child. Imagine. You could not even imagine of such a situation. But now it's happening. But all these are areas of discussion. You can have your ideas, but the message is we need a factory reset. Let's go back to our roots. Let's go back to our communities. Let us go back to our social values. Let us have respect. Respect to the deity, to God. If you respect God, if you fear God, then automatically you are going to fear and respect your fellow man. Cheers. We'll talk some more. Thank you. My name's Dr. Mwinga Chokwe, based at Ambalal House, first floor, specialist mental health, with an interest in social dynamics, interest in environment, interest in social well-being of the community. God bless you. Thank you.